Hey everybody, and welcome back to Emerald Coast. And as you see, we are picking up nuggets. Nuggets have gotten added to the map. They were not here last time, so we've got another version with some fixes and enhancements. And we are going to see if we can't find 100 nuggets today. We're going to do lots of other stuff, but we're going to see if we can't run across 100 nuggets. Up to 7, so that's a pretty good start. You can also see we have turned on seasons. So since we've turned on seasons, I did want to check basically if I wanted to check the snow mask. So we're gonna put, I don't know, that ought to be enough snow. So we're just gonna wait for the snow to populate. Hey cows, hey Rob. Whoa, we got snow. Now we can check out the snow mask. That's the fastest blizzard in history. It's interesting. Little patches of snow. I have to patch our roof. All right. Check this out. Oh my. A little bit of a leak in here. Here. Ah, we do keep our pool clear. we don't want to not have access to the pool. All right, let's check out over here. We're going to run back to the other farm and check that out. Hey Fabio, what's up, man? Have you all had a chance to check out the Northwest map? That was pretty slick. Pretty slick map that one was. Right. Oh, and I've learned a little bit more about these silos. These silos are set up to accept one crop and one crop only. So I decided, hey, you know what would be smart to do? Because there's not signs on these things yet. I think CCS 101 might be putting signs in. You notice this one is powered by solar. Pretty cool. I decided, what if I used what if I came in here with the displays and put them in? Oh, and of course I can't put them in because of snow. Oh, I have to wait for the snow to disappear. Let's go here and check out the snow down here. I took a quick look at which one, that the Fleckelberg or Fletchenberg, or the other one. I looked at both, only briefly. Yeah, the other one that came in late today, I looked at that one briefly, simply because I didn't have a whole lot of time. Yeah, that one I looked at briefly. It looks interesting. There's a drivable train, but the drivable train is kind of odd because it just goes back and forth across the map. Goes into the goes into the mountains and then turns around. And then goes across the other side of the map, goes into the mountains and turns around. So it's kind of odd that it's a drivable train because you really don't do anything. Snowmass looks good. Good there. So we've got a little bit of snowdrift in the doors, which is fine. Check this out. All right. Let me go show you something over here. This is the horse pasture, and I found this when I was looking for nuggets. It's a really nice bit of detail, I think. First off, we got a really nice white fence here to go with our horses. And then we go in here, and we got a water trough. And look, it's got the pipe, just like all the other water troughs. But obviously this one doesn't have a trigger or anything on it, because it's just a static water trough for the animated horses. But it's kind of things like that, little details like that that are hidden away. That you know, you're only ever going to come in here if you're going to try to mow this area. And you may not even ever notice that. There's a gate I went through somewhere. This one. Went through this gate. That. Guess this gate will open up. Alright. So, obviously, we do not have a snow mask on the road. Or the main road. Okay, so we're going to be having to clear the roads. Jump up here to Sawmill. Wow, look at that. We got snow all the way up to the bottom of the car. Oh, let's see if this hotspot's been has been fixed. Oh no! Let's still jump in it. Alright. What we got? Let's go down here. Good, we got a snow mask under there. That's good. I heard it was a convert. Oh, I still walk through that. I heard it was a map from, I guess, 13 that was converted to 15. Oh, is this... Did I completely miss this last time? Probably did. This is a cool... This is a seed fill point. This is over at... this is in the mod hub as a placeable object. It's a seed fill point. Okay. Checking masks, snow masks. It's the bale storage buildings. This map will be over at FSUK more than likely. That is where the other maps that CCS 101 has put in is at. Okay. That's there. We can't get in there because it's gated. It's too early in the morning. Jump in. But we got a little. Uh-oh, we got a little hole in the roof. Thought we would warp through those. Oh, we can't get out. We are stuck in the building until 8 o'clock. It is time to get my salt truck out. Let's see. Do I have it loaded? I don't have it loaded. Because I don't have the AR thing here. It's okay. We've got something even more fun. That should get rid of it. Oh, it's gone. Alright. Let's go back here. So this bin holds just one crop. And one crop only. I don't remember which one he said it held. But we're going to put our base sign down. And see what it says. You're not close enough? Selling failed. Supposed to be a way to adjust this thing, but I don't see see it telling me how to do it. Alright, well let's move on to a different one. On over here to this one. Try this one. Didn't want to go down. Try it again. Strange. Grab another bin at. There. Sell it. Oh, where is it at? That's odd. See if we can put that down. I'm gonna have to try that out on a different silo somewhere. Different map. put that in. Oh, it's right there. It's not wanting to go down. Okay. Alright, well, that's weird. Let's see here. Where else do we think we might find nuggets? We might find nuggets down here, the animal dealer. Right? Only 2 more. Then they'll tell us where they all are. And then we're going to start playing some missions after we find a couple nuggets. That might be a pig food silo. I'm not going to hit F5 to see, but that might very well be a pig food silo. One more. Didn't see any in here earlier, did we? Might be outside. In the trash can. Oh, we also have different traffic now. The traffic should not be so, I guess, deadly to us. Here's that bollards that are going to drop at, what, I guess 8 o'clock. You want to help me spend the million? I guess I can help you spend the million. As you can see, we've got a little extra money since the last time we were together. Oh, there it is. There's the 10. All right. All right. Gonna have to do a little explorative searching. On. Oh, there's one right there. These cool. These agroliners here behind the bins are pretty cool. Oh my gosh, look at that. They're all over the woods. Is there one in the bucket? Okay. that one. Oh, I don't have a pony. I don't have the pony mod up here. I don't have the pony mod enabled, so won't be able to pick up the pony. I did want to buy something to test something out. Well, we're just going to have to get this one then. Because I want to try out. I wonder where it's going to be. It's under miscellaneous. I wanted to try out this new mod here. With that. Because I have heard that this works with the Compost Master. And I wanted to see if that worked. So the fuel is this way. First off, what's this thing say? $9.89 per liter. So I'm pretty sure that this this gives me bulk fuel. Oh my goodness, look at that. Pretty sure this gives me bulk fuel prices. If I remember what CCS 101 was telling me, is that this is going to be cheaper than getting it at the farm. Man, that is a lot of liters. What was the fill capacity on this again? Was it 40,000? $40,000. 40,000 liters. So let's see what that cost us. It's one nice looking tank. Should tell us as we pull away, right? I can always go here and see what we spent on fuel. $39,000 for 40,000 liters. That's $1 a liter, or less than $1 a liter. Because I remember, oh, let's switch this. It's got that thing down there as if we can do the, there it is. We can do the plate. I really wish they'd have an American plate. That would be awesome. There we go. Now let's see if the traffic is indeed kinder to us. I wanted to see if this unloads. I saw pictures showing it unloading, so it should work. Where is the pigs? Alright. Compost master is down there by the pigs. Okay. I just watched his video on the tanks too today. Of course, yeah, we're a little less impressed because we've had access to the road train pack, and I don't think console folks have had access to the road train pack. So yeah, the decals or the skin for the fill type is, I think, new for console folks. Let's just not worry about the EPA and the pouring of fuel onto the ground, because we're just going to ignore that. That's what I like about Willow Farms, is Darren went and put a tank there. so that you're not dumping in the ground. This will take, I guess, what, 30,000 liters, and then it'll be full. Hey, DoughBoy, what's up? Yep, 30,000, so it leaves it's 10 in there. Yeah, now I guess I don't know if you could go in the model and take out the front axle. If how hard that would be. Now that milk tanker that I got, that you added the decals to, it started its life as a fuel tanker. Of course, it doesn't have the pretty skinning. Alright, Henry, I'll see you later. I'm liking this map a lot. I have got to admit, I haven't had the chance to put a whole lot of time in on it due to the other projects going on. But we're going to commit to try to put some hours in on it. Alright. What I wanted to do was work on... First off, I gotta get rid of these nuggets down here just because they're annoying me. This is the trigger. This is the gate. See, the gate doesn't open. Not 8 o'clock yet. Hey Darren, how you doing? We're going to do some very, very, very exciting testing here in a little bit. That's going to be running mission. Where is it? There it is. Oh. Let me just show you what I'm going to do. I have the wonderful privilege of being the new proud owner of a rather beautiful emerald green, at least I'm going to call it emerald green, Dodge. Complete with, is that, what plates are those? I don't even know what that is. Newfoundland plates, what the heck is that? We gotta put Florida plates on this thing. At any rate, this is a the Winston mod from modland.net, I guess it is. I've got a he's the one that did, no, he didn't do my pickup truck. Got Winston on it. I got a Barracuda that he did Also, I've got a Bronco that I'm working on that he did. It's pretty slick. I just need to knock down the showroom finish. Let's close everything up. We're going to use it to get these nuggets. Then we're going to do some field work. Oh, here we are. Alright, let's get back in our car. Somehow I figured there would be a nugget or two down here at the old buffet. Yeah, the rims and the tires are a little weird. There we go. I can't tell you it jumps okay. It likes to roll. I took it for a spin over in Germany. Alright. There we go. So, let's see here. I did a couple missions this morning to, there we go. We did these 3 this morning. Just doing them to check on field defs and see where we are with respect to let's see here, what do we put? What the heck? We'll put in potatoes. Also, we're checking on spawning. Hey Ty, what's up? Hey CPU Geek. Hey, anybody else that happened to pop in that I missed? I'm doing pretty good. Just here on Emerald Coast, testing stuff out, seeing how we're getting things done. Man, getting them through that woods is going to be fun. Oh, there's one down there by the train. I figured it'd be a couple up there by that trailer park. I'm glad I found almost all of them down at the farm. I found 5 nuggets down at the main farm before I started the stream. It is an interesting map. It's all flat for the most part, but I guess this part of Florida is flat anyway. Little hills off in the background there. Interesting field shapes and sizes. I mean, look at field 23. It's huge and very weirdly shaped. You know, we've got nice little square fields and rectangle fields, and then we've got interesting fields like, you know, 21 is kind of square but shuts out there, and 24 is kind of interesting the way it looks. I'll be interested to get up there and try out field 24. Now, what we're looking for here with the mission stuff and the planting is really to see you know, where do we and if we get that that dreaded "you don't own the field" message. At some point we're going to need to pick up animals so we can feed them, make sure all the feed troughs are working, make sure the animal dirt is good. This is on PC. It's GPS. GPS has locked me in. Pull up the GPS console there. That is very sad to hear there, cows. Did you try Dodge? Because you know, they're the only other truck manufacturer. Look how this planter doesn't have fertilizer in it. That's kind of interesting. Would have thought that it would have had fertilizer in it. Well, thanks, Ty. Hey, Riley. What's up, man? I'm excited about the potential for the grimy DLC. See where if that's coming or not. Well, you said you were looking the other year. Was it just window dressing? Just go in cab a little bit so it's a little less loud. And of course, with seasons, we don't get hardly any payout for the missions. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. Alright, that should work. It's not dark out, it's, what is it? It's like 7 in the morning. Does it look dark for you guys? Let's see if he turns and skips. There we are. Now we can just hang out and have a chat. So what maps are you all playing right now? Are the axles maybe part of the model? Pacific Northwest is a very nice looking map. And to think that based on the comment from the author, it sounded like that may have been his first map endeavor. Are you still rocking the Klein, Hal? Rob? Oh, it's a little depressing to hear that you moved on from Oakfield. But 80 hours, that's what? That's 60 more hours and you put on lots of maps? Yeah, that map has a ton of grass. If there was a Duck Zorly map, that would be it. The amount of grass fields that one has. Well, you know, there for a while, quite a long time ago, before I did videos or anything, I was playing about 5 simultaneous maps, and I got to the point where what I did was basically I played one map one week, and then I put it away and play another map another week, and basically it took me 5 weeks to get back around to the first map. Which kept me kind of getting bored of the maps. This was before seasons and everything. But the problem to that was I would forget what point I was on the you know, in the process from you know, 5 weeks prior. And as a result, I had started to put notes down as to, you know, what I was doing and what my plans and goals were for each particular map. And then after, I don't know, maybe 15 or so weeks of that, I realized that just seemed a little bit not sustainable. It's interesting, the texture on these, the rows are flipped 90 degrees from how we planted them. Check out field 10. What do they want? Potatoes in that one too? Whatever this one is. Sunflowers? It's not warm enough for sunflowers. It's not technically warm enough for those. Oh, well, it's not my field. Will be my field, but it's not my field now. Hey, Steve. What's up? There's Spectre. What's up, man? Just mess around here on Emerald Coast. Like I said, we're just messing around here on Emerald Coast, checking the really really the reason we're doing the missions is to check out the, make sure the fields are playable, that they don't have jaggies or dips or anything weird going on in them, and checking out the field boundary definitions. You know, when you get up close to a field, sometimes you get that message, you don't own the field. Well, that's what we're doing. We're kind of checking to see if we get that you don't own this field message when we're up close. And we're just letting GPS do the work, because this is an AI field. We really don't need to be that super careful. This is, I think this is a standard size. Pretty sure this is a standard size map. GPS is blocking most of the forest there. The dark green is forest, if you haven't checked out the other stream. But now I guess is as good as time as any to start talking about our next multiplayer endeavor that Spectre and Genetic J there in chat are going to be a part of. That is, we're moving our multiplayer server to Germany. And Germany, we're going to be playing Germantown, which is another FSUK map. Which I have to say, I think I've realized that the last 4 maps that I've played, of probably 4 out of the last 5 maps I've played with any significance have come from FSUK, which is kind of interesting. But at any rate, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be using the tablet and the MP Manager mod, which is the one that allows you to manage money and equipment and stuff. And if all goes well, we're going to start that on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to stream on Sunday, but I'll be turning the server on Sunday. We're going to play 21-day seasons at 1x speed. At least that's what we're going to start at. And the reason we went with 21 is that basically the start of every week will be the start of a new seasonal time frame. Because of the 21-day seasons, there are 7 days between seasonal transitions. So that'll work out pretty good. Yeah, pretty much we're starting out from 0. We won't have any equipment. There will be some equipment on the map that is owned by the bank. But that equipment is supposed to be used for the BGA and the shop. Everyone will have $1.5 million, $1.5 million, because unlike Clover Creek, most of these farms are empty of buildings. So you're going to have to put your own buildings down. And I guess if you want to roleplay that you are literally building your farm from nothing. So they'll have $1.5 million to put down their equipment, put down their buildings, buy their equipment, buy their seed, buy their fertilizer, and get to farming. There are, Steve. There's plenty of really great maps out there. I was looking at a couple from I was looking at one from Mod Hoster today a little bit. I think it's called 7 Mountains or something. It's a map that I think Spectre would like to check out because it is massive production. I mean, it has got every little bit of production in it that you can think of. So I know he likes production stuff. So it's probably one that he would want to look at. It's the lines and stuff are GPS, and I've just got auto turn turned on. Let me turn it back on. So, oh, let me get this back. So right down here, basically I've got auto turn turned on. And basically when it gets to the end of the field, it just turns by itself. And it's able to turn tight enough to come up the next row. If that's what you're asking about. I really like the detail on the house that's being built over there, with the little camper and stuff. That's pretty neat. It's a 4X and small fields. Spectre's got the biggest field on the map, and I think that might be I don't know how big that one is. I do need to go in and write down the sizes of all those fields to get them on a spreadsheet, because we're going to keep a spreadsheet on the side where we can go in and put our orders for stuff. So, for example, if we're going to be we're not putting in. Let's go over here and check out 24. $63, almost 64 hectares is the biggest field. And I think the smallest field is about a half a hectare in size. Looks like this field may have a little bit of terrain, a little elevation to it. Sugar beet, oh my gosh. So, given that we're in a quad track, I was watching the other day, this is a 470, I was watching the other day a video on Jay Leno's Garage, where he did a video about the quad track. And up there's that, we don't own a field. It's fine, we're way out there in the road. He did a video on the quad track, and it was pretty interesting. They were talking about the engineering around the tracks, and that they basically engineered this tractor around the tracks as opposed to just taking a big tractor and putting the tracks on it. And that this particular tractor was one of the smoothest riding tractors because of the tracks and the degree of motion on them. And then, of course, he takes it out for a spin, I guess, adjacent to wherever his garage is, you know, in the city. And he had a police escort to block traffic and everything. But, you know, you're sitting up there. I don't know how high you are, but it's probably like you're a good 10 feet off the ground. So we've got a big grass field over here. We'll be able to mow when it comes time. And apparently it's 10 feet wide. I think he was saying, as far as the width of the unit, the tractor. And apparently the tracks. He was saying that the rubber on the tracks is rated for like 5,000 to 8,000 hours of operation. Here we got a little bit of undulation. What's that, cows? What's the one and only downfall in your opinion? Oh, that sounds pretty messed up there, Genetic J. I don't know why you would have wheat show as being seed in a front loader bucket when you pull it from a silo. I'd run over there and check out the train, but it would cause us to fail our mission. I have to say, I think the console behind the steering wheel is about as blah as you can get. The real tractor looks like it's just a bunch of air vents. There are a lot of fields, indeed. They're really close together. So, we were learning in our testing yesterday. We streamed some testing yesterday, where it's not necessarily the best field for hired help, because we were having hired help jump fields. We had both myself and Rockhound had set out hired help to do some plowing while we did something else. And we came back only to find that our hired help was, well, they kind of were busy plowing a different field than what we started them out on. But all that probably has to do with the width of the implement and the close proximity from to the fields. We did put in the Loco Drive mod today, so we'll have the train driving around. They don't. There are server settings and client-side settings. Most of the settings are client-side. So it really depends on which setting you're talking about. See, Spectre, that's where I just don't have the, that's not my thought process. I just never think about combining fields very often. I probably have done it in my own gameplay maybe a half dozen times. This field's got a little undulation to it. Not flat like the other side of the map. But the idea of, I would probably, if I had the center of the map where we had like, if I probably had 20 really small fields, I probably would plant 20 really small fields, and I wouldn't put them together. I just never think about it. Now I do know on this map we have wonderful indestructible weeds here on the edge. So all of this stuff here at the edge of the field is indestructible. You run a plow through there and the weeds will stay because they're not a well, they're a foliage layer. They're not a crop or a whatever the other technical term is. So I was a little unsure based on the PDA, the coloring of this field. You know what? Let me look at this. One of these fields is not like the other. I just had to say that. We got to figure out which one it is. CCS told me that that one of these fields gets flooded, meaning it's got mud in it. Might be field 12 there. Let's go check out field 12 when we're done here. He said one of these fields gets flooded and it's cheaper than the rest. Okay, well, settings like that are settings like that would be server-wide. So if plowing and fertilization is on, it would be on for everybody. Try something different. Yeah, we got nuggets. CCS 101 put nuggets in. There weren't nuggets last time. I think this may be the field that has mud in it. We're gonna find out. For me, driving these articulated tractors is the most confusing part. Let's see if we have mud in here. I'm just gonna call you Muddy because that's a really long name. These are fancy crack nuggets from the Mickey Donald's. That's the kind of nuggets these are. I have to see if this has mud in it. Remember, this map has dynamic mud. It's the first map to have that dynamic mud in it. And the way dynamic mud works is it works really well with seasons. So we get out and we... Oh look, I don't have a Whoopster. I can't buy a Whoopster. Well, at any rate, if I had the Whoopster, I could check on the soil temperature or the soil moisture, and the more moist or the wetter the ground is, the more mud effect you would get. So if you're on a map that's really wet, like Churn Farm was, then if it had dynamic mud, you would probably have mud in lots of the places, lots of the time. If you're on a map that you hadn't had rain for a really long time, like I was on Midtown, and I think I went like the whole summer, or at least the whole middle of summer one time, like 5 to 7 consecutive days without any rain. And if that happens, then the mud pits would kind of dry up, and they wouldn't be very pronounced. But then if it rained again, those mud pits would show up again. So that's what the dynamic mud is, and be excited to experience that. We saw it a little bit on the first stream when I forced it to rain, and we were in the pig area. Did you activate any types of mods recently, Genetic J, that would be causing that? Hey Debbie, what's up? Thanks for the sub, Muddy. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that's the community center. I remember now. I do like these planters, or these star cedars from the Platinum Pack. What do you all think of these things? I thought the Platinum Pack was a lot better for the equipment than the darn map. The map kind of bored me after pretty short duration. I was pretty bored with that, with the South American map. Oh, I'm just here testing out, what is this? Emerald Coast. I keep forgetting that it's Coast. I keep wanting to call it Emerald Farms, I think. Hey, Ronnie, thanks for the sub. The field boundaries are pretty good. Look, we can get way out here before we get the notice. It's pretty good. Ah, yeah. What graphics are you going to get on the PC, Richard? All right, now we can get bored. Now we can get our lazy. I don't know. I just, for me, it was like, yeah, after about 20 hours of the even with the multiplayer, I just really wasn't that interested in getting in it. What map is this? Still Herman Eck? A 1060, yeah, a 1060 with 6 gigs of RAM. That should be pretty good. I've got a 960 with 4 gigs of memory. And check something real fast. The map didn't used to chew up all my video memory, but then a recent driver update seems to have taken care of that. Let's see here. Gonna turn. Nope. Turn. We got a utility pole there we gotta worry about. That's what I don't like about these articulateds. Get the wiggle wobble going with the implement. But what I discovered a couple weeks ago in Windows 10, if you launch the Task Manager and you go to the Performance tab, I've got a my GPU is showing up now, and I get nice little graphs of my GPU performance. And right now, I'm doing 3.9 gigs of 4 gigs of dedicated memory to the GPU. But I'm only using 0.4 of my shared 8 gigs of memory for the GPU. But then it says the GPU's got 12 gigs of GPU memory. So I don't know what that means. If I guess obviously there's 4 gigs dedicated, but 8 gigs, I don't know what the other 8 gigs is for. But yeah, I've got 16 gigs of RAM too, and right now I'm only using about 8 of that 16. Very rarely have I seen it use more than about 12. I've seen up to 12 when I've been rendering out videos. That's about it. Have you been a console player up to this point, or just playing on an older PC and therefore using lower graphics settings? Are you talking about the draw distance on this map where you can pretty much see all the way across? While we're doing that, let's go ahead and pull up the frame rate counter. Oh, yeah. See, pretty steady at 60 frames. Of course, this is I've got it frame locked. It doesn't go above 60. Every so often it dips a little bit below. Guessing it doesn't like the water. Stop looking at the water and I don't have a problem. So what's going to be your first map with your new system? This one's taking a while. Good 12. I'm not seeing any mud yet. Might be about to drive through it. Let's check and see if the tires show any indication of mud. Not seeing any. Maybe maybe it's dry. We'll have to get out and get the whoopster to see what the moisture content of the ground is. A county line. We're going to do seasons or not seasons. Check something here. South Mountain. I don't know when that one will be coming out. There's a County Line 2 that has the season's snow mask in it. The original County Line doesn't have a snow mask, so you may want to pick up the County Line 2 version. Oh, my day was pretty good. I did take a look back at Old Slovenian Farm. That map was updated today. And I have to say I was pretty surprised, because it is nearly a completely different map than it was the first time I looked at it. I mean, there was so much changed that I'm really thinking about doing another video, because the map, for the most part, is you know, if you saw that first video and then you downloaded the map and went to play it, you'd be like, did I misname the map? Because so much of the stuff is different. I did find a couple floating collisions still down at the BGA. I found a field that seems to have like potatoes planted into the road. I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking around because I was more preoccupied with trying to figure out where they stuck everything. Yeah, I guess it would be the third video since I trashed the first one. The thing that makes the crushed because the pig food thing is a two-parter, isn't it? There's one part that basically makes the little bags of like whole grain or whatever, and then the other one that takes potatoes and mixes it with it and makes pig food. Yeah, Richard, this is still a work in progress. Still very much a work in progress. In fact, the video, the stream I did, when did I do it? Wednesday? Or Tuesday? I did a stream, I think, on this map Tuesday. I got a new version of the map this morning, or no, last night. So around 10 o'clock last night, I got a new version sent to me. And then literally 10 minutes before the stream started tonight, I had a couple of files sent to me that needed to be dropped in to fix some issues with respect to the new traffic. So it's still very much a work in progress. Hey Anthony, what's up? You really can see all the way across the map, but can't you? I think Midtown had some pretty good view distances too. Oh, we're almost done this one. I guess we'll head down there and try those little ones. 18, 19, 17, and 16. Then maybe we'll jump in something and try to see if we can't find a few more nuggets while we close out the night. So I saw Cows talk about Ark. What other kinds of games are you all interested in? Well, I know. I figure if I do another 3 or 4 fields that are small and then hunt some nuggets, it'll be 2 hours. Marvel Superheroes Legos. That on console? There we go. All right. Let's pick up that Whoopster. Where is it? Alright, where is it? Because I'm pretty sure it was in miscellaneous. Huh. There's got the wrong seasons in. I'll have to fix that. Somehow I got an old version of seasons installed. We're gonna have so many crops wither because of what these AI farmers are planting. Oh. Maybe you need to put the seed in a trailer or something? There we go. I would just sit back and chill out. Chill out a little bit. Well, you know, I guess save the game, go in Vehicles XML, delete that line, and open the game up and see what happens. Or you could take the mod out, deactivate the mod, pull up the game. Your seed should stay there because it's a fill type seed. It's not going to be, it shouldn't be prone to being lost. And see if you still have your pig food problems. I need to get back into American Truck. I haven't run it probably in about 3 or 4 months. That would be nice to have a small pig food mixer implement. That would be nice. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. top chat. I want back to chat. The Lamborghini tractors. I have to say they look a lot like the Dudes Fars. So that's what I'm thinking. Well, see, that's why I said they look a lot like them. That 9 series, dudes, that's in the in-game mod hub that came out a couple weeks ago, that is a really nice tractor. There's the cow farm with the mixed cows and sheep area. 2 big fermentation silos there. See, we're halfway down the field. So yeah, these plants over here, these are indestructible plants. Came over here with a plow and basically had the idea to take those trees down and plow that into a big field. You would have a big field with a bunch of weeds and stuff growing up. And now we'll work the other way, filling them in. So I'm thinking about doing a video on, what is it, Flechenberg? How do you pronounce it? Flecken something. It's interesting because that map, I have vague memories of as if I had done a video on that map and just never released it. I went back and I looked at the playlist and I'm pretty sure I never did a video on it. At least none that I saw as far back as I went. But there's areas where I just hear myself like, this is what I said or would have said. Yeah. I know I played it for a little bit, but it just never took off with me. I probably put about 20 hours on it and then gave it up. But I did like how the fields were laid out. I did like the roads and everything. I think the initial one had some issues. There were some floating objects. I think traffic was floating in some spots, like way up in the sky. There were definitely some floating nuggets. Some of them fairly high to where basically you either need a telehandler to get to them, or maybe you couldn't get to them at all unless you floated yourself, flew yourself. But it's good to see that it had come out for console. Oh, I tell you guys, I'm getting really tired. Got one side there, one over there, then one over here. So those are the 4. So the way, let me pull up some notes here. So, let's see here. The update that we've got now has new traffic. Traffic no longer crashes into people, or into us. There was an issue with the first testing release with the farm silo capacities. If you remember, I looked at the capacity here, and it was a different capacity than what was on the actual farm silo. There was also an issue where we only got wheat in our starting crops. We didn't have these for our starting crops. That was basically related to the silo thing. Now the main silo holds all of our grains. The bin right there in front of us apparently holds just canola. The bin over here by the compost master holds soybeans only. The bin over here where the solar panel is, it holds just wheat. And the bin off in the distance by that enclosure only holds corn. So those are the 4 ingredients you need to feed your pigs. And all of the bins are going to need either the Farm King or the backhoe auger. I did a video on basically using augers a while back. The Brock bin, which is the one over here that has a solar panel. He says that one needs the little red auger that is in that shed there by the Joskin trailer. You need that little red auger to unload, but the rest of them will go into a short wagon, short trailer. That's good. 17. We want. I'm gonna go back with. Oh, look, now we got a Dutes. Oh, look, they look almost the same. It's interesting I didn't get the out of field boundary message there. So I really like these the rapid seeders. One, because they go so quick, and two, they just look cool with all the tires. If you all play with that what is it, Vanderstad pack that's in the mod hub. I messed with it a little bit when I was doing the early testing on Willow River, and I have to say I kind of like it. I like the ability to put those big fertilizer bins on the front, and I like the ability to basically fertilize while you cultivate. And I think it's the pack that lets you adjust your fertilization rate. I think I tried to jack it all the way up to the most fertilizer used to see if it would give me multiple stages in one pass, but I don't think it did that. I just cranked it down to the least amount of fertilizer used. But it basically acts as if it's a granular spreader, but it only has the working width of your implement. And if you're stationary, it doesn't spread, so it's pretty cool. Guys, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to finish this field, and then I'm going to call it an evening. Getting kind of tired. And I got a big day tomorrow. Aliens. What's aliens, Rob? I don't know what he means, cows. Guess we'll find out here in a moment. So far, nothing really serious has been found. Not really sure what the deal is, why I couldn't put those bins down, or the silo signs. That might be something to look into. Like I might have to go some up and down passes on the ends for this to register as seated in order to close out the mission. Well guys, I want to thank you for coming out and watching. Like I said, I'm getting pretty tired here. Tomorrow's going to be a rather long day. And we'll be... I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow night or not. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do Sunday night. But whatever I do, I'll put a notice up. I do need to put some... I do need to do some video, some recording. So I might be focusing on that this weekend. But the next time I stream, I will try to put a... I'll try to schedule it, and basically that way it will go up plenty of time in the future. So until next time, guys, happy farming.